Hey everyone, I'm live here with Amy Saker, and she is really a Jill of all trades, and she'll tell you more about that here in a minute. But first, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the first thing we always say or ask you is really to tell us what you do and how you help people, and you have a few different things.
Right. I work in local live theater,
Mm-hmm.
and then I write. I'm trying to get a vending machine art business going. I just kind of do a lot of different things, and I think all of them have to do with adding fun, adding entertainment, adding just something more lighthearted and interesting, because everything is so dark and complicated, and everybody needs some fun in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you have to tell people more about the vending machine idea because it's really unique.
Okay. It repurposes vending machines. Instead of food and beverages, I put art in there, art and kitschy things, ephemera. I try to focus on local artists, stickers, postcards, chapbooks, demo tapes, just whatever I can find and put in there. Try to make it an affordable price point where people can discover new artists, maybe have some fun at the bar. I put like trivia questions in there, and also just get local artists noticed in there.
I love it. Kind of brings back that childhood spirit of like putting the coins in the little machine and what are you gonna get?
I do. The mystery socks, mystery bags are a big deal.
Yeah. That's cool. That's neat. So I guess give us a little bit of background into where you got kind of that entrepreneurial spirit, because you've always got something going on.
Right. I probably have had every job you've ever heard of. People think I'm making it up when they say something. I was like, oh, I did that. Oh, I did that too. Yeah, I was a baker. I was a waiter. I was a bartender. I worked at this. I guess I get bored easy, and so I'm always looking for the next exciting thing.
Multi-passionate.
Yes. And I have a problem with authority, like some entrepreneurs do. Always think, if I could just try this or try that. And I finally got to an age where I'm like, I'm ready to try it. I want to just see what happens. I'm going to try this on my own and not sit at a desk, and just kind of went from there.
Yeah, I love that. So you're an artist yourself, and you have a passion for helping artists and making life more fun, like you said. So what is really dig deeper into that passion for us?
Man, it is
a hard question. Yeah. What got you into the art?
I had a friend that invited me to help with a theater thing, and I had done some theater in high school. I majored in music in college, but then I kind of gave it up, and I was like, oh, that's silly, and I should be serious, and I should get a real job, and I should sit behind a desk and be a grown up. And she invited me into that, and I just was like, nope, this is it. I was in love every night, and I've been doing it ever since. It's been over 25 years. I never get tired of it. There's always a fun story. There's always something interesting going on. You meet all these people, and sitting at a desk and having stability is really good for a lot of people, but it's just not for me.
Not for everybody. Yeah. And what about the crafting side, the more like you creating art on your side?
Mine is so odd. When you're making props for theater, a lot of times I'm like in the craft store or the hardware store or the thrift store, and I'm like, I need to make a certain thing, and I'm looking for shapes or colors, and I'm walking around and I'm like, okay, I need a round and a square, and I'm going to put them together and paint them green and whatever. And it's always fun when the person at the desk is like, oh, what are you making? And they expect me to say like a quilt or something, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a 5-foot man-eating cookie. And they're like, okay, all right, well, let me know if you need any help. So those are fun.
I love that. You do have some creative problems to solve. Like you were mentioning at Mindfield the other day that you needed to find a suitcase that was like light enough to be thrown, but like heavy enough to be slow motion.
Right. Like some script calls for this suitcase to be thrown in slow motion. I'm like, well, let me defy the laws of physics for you. Sure. And so then figuring out, how do we make this happen? The theater's doing Carrie later this year, and I'm like, how are we going to dump a whole bucket on this person every single night and not have it all over the floor? People slip in. So, you really have to think about where's it coming from? Where's it going to? How do you redo
Uh-huh.
it every night?
Yeah.
It's a lot of thinking in your head and going, is this going to work? Let's find out.
I'm imagining a kiddie pool. She's got to be like
Yeah,
standing in like
yeah,
a
it's like
morbid-looking
a
kiddie pool.
grate and then that underneath, but then the dress, we have to have the
Yeah.
dress every night.
Yeah,
Do we
that's
get her
true.
like 32 different dresses? Do we get her off stage and immediately dunk it in bleach?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot of
Yeah.
collaboration.
A lot of things to think through. That's interesting. Well, what have been some of the biggest challenges and struggles that you faced?
As a woman, you do still, even in entertainment, you do still face some mansplaining, some ceilings, and then as I get older, there's maybe some ageism too, and some of it is harder as I get older. I can't lift as much. I can't climb up in the ladders. I
Yeah.
can't. So just kind of accommodating for getting old in the theater industry is difficult. And then in the other things, like the vending machine business, getting people to just listen to you and say, this is what I want to do. Will you give me a chance?
Yeah.
It's like any entrepreneur going in and just trying to find the one person who's going to give you the opportunity.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely. I get that. So I feel like you're very unique as your friend, knowing you. But what do you feel like makes you unique?
The things that I thought made me unique, actually, I found a community of people here at the Hive where everybody has this idea that they've always thought, well, that's silly. I could never do that. And then having I won't say having the guts to go after it and say, you know what, I'm just going to try it. A lot of people are too afraid, or they've got too many responsibilities. They've got, people relying on them. I think my position in life, I have no kids, I have no partner. Don't have crippling debt. So it makes me uniquely free to try these things with less
at risk.
Yeah. But there are some women here who have all those things who are still going out there and doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
Inspiring. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so you still do have to take care of yourself and have that work-life self-care alignment. So how have you been handling that since you've, tried to move more into the entrepreneurship life?
Just being able to set my own schedule helps me a lot because I can sleep on my own rhythms. I can take a nap when I need to. I can stay up late when I need to. I still struggle with eating right and drinking enough water and all this stuff, especially when there's a show going on because you're busy all the time. But so calendars, reminders, alarms, it's time to eat this or whatever. And
I have a lunch alarm too.
Eat
lunch.
It's like, stop. When's the last time you had a glass of water? Really? And a lot of that comes through, I do meet with like a life business coach who kind of helps me get through that in my head. So,
that's so important. Everybody needs somebody on their team, on their mental health team.
For me to go, this and this and this is going on. And she's like, okay, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? When's the last time you slept?
Needs.
Yes, just having somebody to bring some sanity in and just go, okay, stop. You're spinning. So that more than anything, having accountability and other women around me who are looking out for me makes me more conscious of what I'm doing to this shell that I'm trying to make go do all these things.
Yeah, if you don't feed your body, it's not going to serve you, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you got to put gas in the car.
Just the community makes me more aware.
Well, you've already gone over some of this, but no, that's okay. Hopefully you have more to say. So how has the Hive helped you personally?
I was just amazed by this place. I think the next generation is being raised with less women as competition feeling. There's more opportunities. It's not as important to, find the man with the money and get the house. And there's more independence, more, village working. So we're not as much pitted against each other as they were like my generation, the one before. And so coming in here and seeing women of all generations that genuinely are here to help and support each other, and just the services that they have here. So I can do all these things without ever leaving my little office. Like I can get a massage, I can meet with my coach, I can get a brow wax, I can just go sit out front if I'm feeling crazy and chat with somebody. And just, women that honestly are doing the straighten each other's crown thing. So it's been amazing.
Yay.
A little teary.
Well, what insight would you give to somebody who is maybe back at the beginning of their journey of making the leap?
I would say maybe have faith in yourself. My biggest regret is that I didn't do stuff when I was younger, when I had more energy, when, part of why I'm doing so many things right now is I got hit with this, midlife crisis. I've
make up for lost time.
Yeah, I've had this list forever and I've never done any of it. And so then I can be 10 years down from here and still have never done it, or I can do it now. So, but I wish I'd done it when I was younger,
But it's what they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today.
Exactly. So I would say jump out there and do it. There's just, what's the worst thing that can happen? Worst thing that could happen, what? You lose somebody, you use some time making a great story. I just, unless it's going to be physically dangerous to you,
which our brains will convince us that it is.
It is. They will. They will give us the danger signals, but sorry, I cry at everything. But yeah, I would say just believe yourself. You have that impulse for a reason. Listen to it. Yeah,
your inner self. Higher self.
Yes.
So how can we help you as a Hive, and anything that you have coming up that you want us to know about, ways for people to get in touch?
You can email me at amysaker it's Amy Saker at sbcglobal.net. I have a really old email. Send me a message here at the Hive. Really just keep doing what you're doing. There's always a new I got my accountant through here. There's always a woman that's bringing in something that I'm like, yes, I didn't even think about that. How do you narrow down? How do you pick, a hairstylist? How do you pick an accountant? How do you, and so if I can support a local woman, get my candles, get my services, everything, it helps narrow down the options and lets me feel good about choosing somebody who's on the same path as me.
So. I love that. Well, thanks so much for taking the time today to let us know a little bit more about you.
Yes.
So are you on social media where they can follow you there?
I am, just my regular name. my vending machine is under Happy Dog ICT, and mostly Facebook. I reached a point in my life where I'm like, that's it. That's the last media platform I'm learning. I'm done. Get off my lawn. So mostly Facebook.
I love it. We all got to pick one, right?
I know. I'm like, I can't. It's like Snap, Insta, Twitter. It's just like I can't keep up with them all. I'm too busy.
Too many.
So mostly Facebook.
Well, thank you, and everyone have a great Thursday.